Hey everybody, Nick Licameli here on Feel Good Friday. Today we're talking about the kneeling cable crunch and why it can be a good exercise, but as always, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. It is important to perform the ab exercises that you're doing correctly. It's going to help keep you safe as well as make your training more effective. And most of the time with ab training, if you don't keep good form, you're going to risk injury and you're going to risk not fully engaging your abs. And just remember that no ab exercise is like the secret or the magic trick to getting abs. It's just the slow process of consistency in both your training and your nutrition, just like any other muscle group that you want to develop. Let's take a look. So here we are at the cable column with the kneeling cable crunch. Couple things here with the setup. So you'll notice that I'm not directly under the pulley because this movement is not a straight up and down movement. It should be on a bit of a diagonal like you're seeing here. Because if you look at the way that my abs are pulling my spine, it's not straight down into a bow. It's more of a curl, right? So you can see the spine is curling, not just going straight down to the floor. So that diagonal line of pull makes sure that the force stays on my abs. As far as the execution of the exercise, one of the common mistakes that I see with this exercise is hinging at the hips rather than flexing at the spine. So you'll see that my hips don't really move all that much, and the movement is really coming from my spine. So again, it's not a bow forward, it's more of a slow and controlled flexion of the spine. So the next thing I want you to focus on is the position of my pelvis and lower back as I execute this movement. So we know now that a pelvic tilt is very important when training abs. So that slight little posterior pelvic tilt is going to help fully engage the abs. I'll link some videos down below explaining that more in detail. But I'm not maintaining that pelvic tilt throughout this movement. So I am going into a bit of lumbar extension as I'm coming up. So the reason for this extension is to take advantage of the eccentric portion of this exercise. So as I go into that slow controlled extension, what's happening is my abs are getting put on stretch under resistance, just like at the bottom of something like a biceps curl. So yes, we need that posterior pelvic tilt to fully contract the abs, but if we want to lengthen them eccentrically, we have to go into a bit of extension, but it has to be under control. Now, I love the feeling of maintaining a posterior pelvic tilt during ab exercises, but like in life, sometimes if you love something, you have to let it go. So I let that pelvic tilt go at the top of this movement to get that stretch, and then I come back down into flexion. So I keep saying the word control. This exercise, as well as any other exercise that involves the spine directly, you want to do this under control. So I'm not slamming down into flexion, and I'm not going to end range flexion. I'm not fully flexing my spine. I'm flexing my spine under control and contracting my abs and controlling my breathing. As I come up, I'm inhaling, and as I come down, I'm exhaling, squeezing my abs at the full exhale. And as always, try to keep the form of the last rep the same as the form on the first rep. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you use these tips the next time you train abs. I hope this helps. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.